Alright, so today I'm going to get into starting to dig into the inner rear rocker support area. This is the area I'm going to start digging into, replacing this channel, but I want to make sure it's welded solid, so I plan on cutting this out, cutting out the inner, and then cutting out the outer. So I'm going to have to do some cleaning up first and then get into cutting it out. I'll start by removing these plugs. I don't know if I'll use them or not, but if I do, I want to keep them. I think that's all the body plugs. Now with the area, I plan on rebuilding all this. And with that is the pinch weld frame rail, which I've already replaced the inner rocker and then the floor pan. So I'm gonna blend up to that. This is gonna be my line that I have to rebuild. And that's gonna be where my pinch weld is, all along there. So I'm leaving this for now until I establish my pinch weld length and everything all the way across, and then I'll cut this out. But I'm gonna start by cutting out this, because this is where I'm gonna replace all this. But first, I'm gonna clean it up, wire wheel all this best I can to clean up all this, so then I'll know what I need to replace and where to cut. This, I can already tell this is rusting, so I'm gonna have to replace into that also. Alright, so I got the inner rocker areas all cut out, the support. You can see there's the inner rocker, this center section, which is actually the inner rocker, and then you have this inner support. So there's like 3 pieces, and then the outer rocker. And I need to make it out of these pieces, these 3 pieces. And then I can kind of sketch up basically what it's supposed to look like. Alright, so basically this is what it looks like. This is the inner support. This is the outer support. And this is another inner support that's in there. And then this is the outer rocker that you see. So basically I cut all 3 of these off in here. And I'm going to be remaking this section and then down the pinch weld. So I need to make a piece that is like a Z shape, and same on this side, like a Z shape, and then this piece is just a straight piece. So I have to measure this area for this bend, measure this area for the bend. These are identical. It's just not to, my drawing's not to scale. And then I have this straight piece that just extends down further. So what I'll probably do is weld this piece in once I have it all cut to size. Weld this piece in, and then I'll make these, line them up in there, see where I need to cut it, and then weld both of these in, and then weld the pinch welds together, and then I can do the outer rocker.
Come on, little lady, give us a smile. No, I ain't got nothing to smile.
I have Tegan help me. I'm gonna bend these pieces up so I can get them ready to put back on the truck, but I screwed this board to the bench, and then I'm gonna use some C-clamps. Clamp this metal bar on top of the metal on top of that, so it's gonna clamp it, and then I'm just gonna hit it with a hammer and bend it down. So then I'll have my pinch weld flat, and then it will go up to box in the frame. So we're gonna get on that.
And we had the garage doors open because it's so hot. It's like really nice, but that it's not that hot, but it's only 61 degrees, so.
It's just nice out.
Yes, yeah. Me and him took a bike ride. And yeah. So let's get into it. Okay. Is this good enough? No.
Okay. Alright, now I got everything clamped up. Now we're just gonna hit it with a hammer and bend it down. Right. The gist of the shape's there. I'm going to take it to probably the vise and hammer the rest of it in. That's one piece. I'm going to do the other one.
Okay, so which way? This way again.
Alright, good try. Make sure you hit it up here. Work your way along. Just don't hit my hand. Alright, let me check. What's up? Okay.
Yeah. Should I go put a band-aid on it?
That's up to you.
I'm gonna put a band-aid.
Now I'm going to take this to the vise and hammer the rest of it. Alright, so I have both these made up. It's not the best, but this is the flange, and then this is the bottom, and then this is the side of the support. Both the pieces together will be like this, basically. So you have a box section. They'll pinch together like this, and then that other piece goes right in the middle, and then the outer rocker piece is gonna mate up to this. So yeah, I got these made, and I'll have to cut them down. I'll have to cut them down for the truck. For the most part, this is done. So I'll have to cut both these down, and then the centerpiece, and then I can weld them in. So back out in the garage, I'm gonna get started we got our box sections all made up, and I'm gonna get started at trimming everything up so it'll fit, and then we can start welding them in. So I'll be putting them in place, scribing some lines or making some marks, and then cutting them out.
And I'm back too.
Tegan's hanging out with me.
Helping.
He's helping. All right, so I finished welding in the straight piece. So that's the first piece of the section, and then I have the two box sections to put in around that. But it's welded in. I still got to go through and clean it up more for when I paint the inside of it to put some coating on it. But I lined up this with the pinch weld, or I lined up this with the lower pinch weld, and then I made a reference on a straight edge with where I wanted it to line up to. So that's what my tape line is. So that's where I put this back edge, and then I just welded it all together. So now I have to do this outer section and then the inner section, and then I can put the rocker on and blend it all in the pinch weld. So I'll have to get back on those later. Alright, so I have the front half of the rear box section cut out, ready to go in for fitment. So I have this cut ready to go in to fit in here. This has to slide in there. So I still have to clean up the inside of that and the inside of this. So I'm probably going to be working on cleaning up the inside of this, cleaning up that, getting those ready for paint, and then probably the other side of this also, because I want to put that rust treatment on the inside to keep it from getting worse, or coming back, I should say. So I want to treat both those and this one, but I'm gonna get this one fitting good, and then I'm gonna work on the other one, getting the other one fitting good, so then I can paint everything and then install it later, probably tomorrow. But I want to make sure everything's fitting good before I weld it together. So that's what I'm gonna work on.
doing